r/AskReddit. What actor/actress instantly ruins a movie for you? She doesn't ruin, but I audibly groan whenever she shows up. Gwyneth Paltrow. Is it the Goop? It's the Goop, isn't it? Edit. What's Goop? Be quiet and insert these jade eggs into your yeasty, loose vagina. My sister in Fake Taxi. Every time I read "Fake Taxi" my brain goes to "Cash Cab." I would be down for a crossover episode. You have to answer trivia questions while getting railed. That's not a bad idea. Danny DeVito. Ugh, I just have to leave the movie theater, I get so turned on. Then you got home and started blasting. Who waits to get home? My wife and I have a name for this. A stop actor. An actor that is so bad, you stop watching, no matter what the film is. Oh look, it's The Godfather Part 4. Yeah, but Steven Seagal's in it. Ah. Never mind. The opposite is a go actor, who is so watchable you'll watch anything they're in. Danny DeVito, Joan Cusack, Jess Plemons, Lenny James, etc. The description of the film could be two men sit down and do nothing for 2 hours, and I'd still watch it if it was Danny and Jess. Cardi B on the new upcoming Fast and Furious movie. Yikes. Bruh, they're even bringing back Paul Walker somehow. It's so disgraceful. Edit. I'd just like to point out how beautifully he was written out of the movie and how emotionally impactful it was watching this. Edit 2. Well, looks like Paul Walker has dated underage 16 years old girls twice. He was in his 30s at the time. Yikes. They just need to stop making them. Not until F&F13, which is a shot-for-shot remake of Armageddon, but instead of oil drillers it a street racing gang. Amy Schumer, but thank God she's not in much. Straight to DVD now. Thank goodness. Really? She kind of passed me by anyways, but it seems like only yesterday I was seeing articles about her being the next big thing. Same with Lena Dunham, I guess. Tinseltown sure eats them up fast. Dunham probably would have continued being a rising star if she wasn't so far up her own ass. Lena Dunham. Insufferable. Entitled, hypochondriac, attention-seeking brat that basically just plays herself. Bleh. A lot of people have mentioned Lena Dunham, but it wasn't until I looked her up that I realized she's a different person from Lena Headey. I was super confused because everyone in the entertainment industry has always gushed about how amazing working with Lena Headey is. In my acting class I confused Lena Headey for Lena Dunham and expressed how much I love her. Now I can never go back. Johnny Depp used to be interesting, but now it's a lot of the same. I still have no idea why he was cast in Black Mass. He looked nothing like Witty and he didn't embody Witty's real spirit. I think Jack Sparrow truly broke him. He came out of that role forever changed. Like, he had an epiphany along the lines of "I'm Jack Sparrow. This character is me." He feels forever unhinged since, to me, both on screen and off. Edit. Point given, guys. It's not Jack Sparrow that started it. I still think it was a point of no return with a drunk carefree pirate who gave little fucks. They should have kept that at 2 movies only, honestly. It's so overdone, and in a way ruined Depp to Beyonce. Hollywood is determined to make her a leading lady, but her acting is just awful. Casting her as Nala was a mistake. Maybe as Simba's mom, but not his love interest. I couldn't get past it. The entire cast of that movie was nothing more than a game of how many big names can we get instead of focusing on quality. I just scrolled through this and noticed I hadn't seen Cara Delevingne yet. I'm not sure if she even counts as an actress given how she's awful in everything I've seen her in. She's an example of someone having enough connections in Hollywood to bypass any need for talent. She was okay in that Amazon series, but Valerian was awful. Suicide Squad W as awful. Cara Delevingne's godfather is the chairman of Condé Nast, a mass media corporation, and the man who had final say on what talent was used or promoted for Vogue and other fashion magazines. Literally from day one, she was silver spooned into being a model and actress. The Rock. He may be a good actor, but whenever I see him in a movie it just feels like he plays himself. Maybe it's the writer's fault though for not writing good characters for him. I like The Rock as a motivational person, I think he's a genuinely good dude. I think his range is shoehorned based on directors, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are mostly cheesy action movies, but I still find myself enjoying them. I think some of my favorite Arnold movies today include the ones where he's not some military commando, or he's a military commando doing not military commando things. I still like the movies in which he's a military commando doing military command things, and or a robot. John Travolta post 2000. As soon as I see him, I know him and for a mediocre performance at best. I actually thought he was pretty good in the O.J. Simpson trial show American Crime Story. That show surprised me on the quality. I thought he was very good in that. I was actually a little disturbed with how shitty he looked though. I thought he had some bad plastic surgery. Until I saw a real photo of Robert Shapiro and realized that they just nailed it with the Macube. Tom Cruise because he's a dead-eyed Scientologist who supports torture. Edit. Oh dang old, I feel I must say that. If you're in a cult, call your dad then. SSDGM. Who has a tooth in the middle of his face. I can't unsee that. It's really disturbing, and that's the least disturbing thing about him. Do his lawyers still threaten to sue anyone who says the H word? I'd better not mention it. Bella Thorne. She's pretty good as Scream when she dies in the first 5 minutes. Edit. I can't believe my highest upvoted anything is about Bella Thorne. Bella Thorne is Drew Barrymore? No. She's in the terrible Scream TV series, where it's 5% horror, 95% teenagers in their 30s talking about their relationship issues. Rebel Wilson. Her entire shtick is putting on tight clothes and falling over. She was funny as a side character in Bridesmaids, then continued to be that character in every single movie and commercial she's in. It's not funny anymore. You're just being obnoxious and making fun of the fact you're overweight. I'm more tempted to blame writers who can't conceptualize a fat woman as anything but comic relief. This is actually the most thoughtful thing I've heard in the subject. Kevin Hart. Can't stand his movies. He was great in the new Jumanji, but the character structure of that film helped a lot. The cast in that movie had some awesome moments, but the best part was watching Jack Black play a teenage girl. That montage of Jack Black teaching the other teenage girl how to flirt always makes me fall apart. It's cheap laughs, but he brings such quality to the comedy. Katherine Heigl. I just don't think she is a good actress. I literally had to stop watching Suits because she is such a disaster of an actress. Her indignant is the same as basically everything else. Just no. Remember when she left Grey's Anatomy because she was too big of a star, then was doing commercials for kitty litter? I thought it was because she hated the direction they took with her character. I mean, to be fair, she did have multiple sex scenes with a ghost. Jared Leto. What about in Fight Club when he gets his face bashed in? Or American Psycho? Hey, Paul. Do you have a dog? A little chow or something? Personally, Tom Cruise. I get a sense that his head has gotten way too big and any moving with him in it is instantly a movie about him, rather than staring him. Sometime after Top Gunnies, when it seemed like his attitude changed, and rather than being an actor, he is doing us a favor by acting for us. It could just be me. Right around when he got into Scientology. Don't you understand? By acting in movies he's saving the world. At least that's what his cultist sycophants tell him. How has Jennifer Lopez not been mentioned yet? I swear, I start falling asleep whenever she appears on screen. For me, JLo isn't one where I'd actively turn off the TV if I saw her come on screen, but if I saw her name in something I wouldn't put it on. Versus like Lena Dunham, where I would actively throw my TV out a window if I couldn't get it to turn off with her on the screen. Me and a friend would go to the sneak preview at the local cinema every week, years ago. One time the movie started, a catchy pop song started playing, and in colorful cartoon letters over the New York skyline it said Jennifer Lopez. We didn't even wait to see which movie it was. Lena Dunham. Insufferable. Entitled Hypochondriac. Attention-seeking brat that basically just plays herself. Bleh. A lot of people have mentioned Lena Dunham, but it wasn't until I looked her up that I realized she's a different person from Lena Headey. I was super confused because everyone in the entertainment industry has always gushed about how amazing working with Lena Headey is. In my acting class I confused Lena Headey for Lena Dunham and expressed how much I love her. Now I can never go back. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for I upload daily and suggest what subreddit I should cover next. Thank you and happy travels.